Is this the new best reference guide for all classic literature and for English teachers the world around? I say yes. Sparky Sweets, PhD is YouTube sensation and the host of Thug Notes.
This week we sat and sailed with Moby Dick by Herman Melville.
He helps those of us who don't totally understand literature, and he breaks it down in a way we can all understand. He follows a formula explaining classic literature with a summary and analysis. The only downside to his teaching method is that it's all online. You can't just flip through a book and find what you need. This has been remedied with the Thug Notes book. It's just like the show, only instead of watching it, you read it. This handy reference guide lets you double check what you thought you were reading next to what Sparky Sweets says you were reading. Let's look at an example, The Great Gatsby. He talks about how Mr. Gatsby is both rich and poor, and then takes the time to explain a paradox. And he doesn't shy away from books that girls like either. Take, for instance, Pride and Prejudice. He makes the bold move of saying what everybody thinks when they read the book, and that's that Mr. Darcy is a cockblock, and he even uses a nifty illustration. The book takes you through 16 examples of classic literature, which everyone supposedly has read. I've only read 9. So that means that when I'm having a grown-up conversation with someone and they bring up Crime and Punishment, no problem. I've read the Thug Notes version, and Sparky Sweets has taught me everything I need to know. Oh yes, Sonia's cross was really a big part of the religious symbolism in Crime and Punishment. See how smart I sound? Thank you, Sparky. It's also good for books that are stupid and are boring to read, like Moby Dick. Hated that book as a kid, hate it now. Wish I had never read it. I could have read this Thug Notes version and saved myself tons of time. And he calls it 30% plot and 70% whaling BS. I'm on board with that. The best part about this book is that you actually are learning things about literature, and you don't really feel like it because it's fun to read. The only downside is there's a few swear words, and by a few I mean a ton, which might be a little off-putting for parents of younger kids. However, for high schoolers and college kids who you can't really get to understand literature or just don't want to read the books like me, this is a winner. I totally wish my English lectures would have been done in Sparky's classroom.